enter yet. Scan the QR code now to sign up.
Local 3 School Patrol, covering the classrooms in your community.
It is no secret that kids learn in all different types of ways. Some of you watching may have children who learn very well simply by reading. Some might learn better when something is spoken to them, but all kids seem to really retain the knowledge they learn when they touch it and feel it and work it. And that has certainly been the experience over at Green Spaces for the last several years. And April 5th and 6th, it's time once again for the annual Green Prix. We're so happy this morning to have Bryce Brakey here. He happens to be the manager for the event. Good to see you.
Good to see you too. Thanks for having me.
So I'm glad to have you. So years ago, I don't know how many now, I'll just pretend and say 7.
Pre-COVID.
Pre-COVID, yes. And we have had in the past teams come in who were going to be entering their cars in the Green Prix with the cars. And it's fascinating, Bryce, to see what these young people are creating.
Oh, absolutely. So yeah, we have elementary, middle, and high schools all across Hamilton County, a couple outside of Hamilton County as well, that work and build these electric vehicles. And man, you can tell, like we said, pre-COVID, it's been a while. So these teams that come back time and time again, you can see them optimizing and optimizing, just getting better, stronger competition. And they have like these crazy cool ideas that they come up with just to go that little bit faster. So yes, they've been out there a while, and you mentioned, the hands-on experience. We really, we go for that STEM education portion. We're really pushing for them to be student-driven, so they're the ones problem-solving, overcoming that adversity with guidance and kind of direction coming from their advisor.
Okay, so the race itself is April 5th and 6th, back out at Volkswagen again, which is a great course.
Yes.
For them. So really what you're encouraging people to do if they have the time that weekend is to come out and support, but also just be aware of the work you're doing at Green Spaces.
Yes, if you could come out, the event is free to the public. There's a spectating area for you all to come out and watch the race from. The Rotary Club will be out there both days with lunch. And if you're interested in volunteering, there's a ton of different things you can do at the track. You can work on the course, you can work in the pits, you can donate a couple hours of time, you can donate your whole day. There's a bunch of different options that if you're interested in, you can go to our website, greenspaceschattanooga.org, and it'll take you straight to our volunteer page there.
How old are the teams? Like, at what age do you start?
So the youngest grade, we have it by grades, is fourth grade.
Okay.
So the elementaries, they technically can have assistance from 6th graders as well, but it'd be 4th, 5th, and 6th. And they're in their own category. They race the Goblin cars. And then we have middle school and high school teams that race in the same category, and they race the F24 car.
So you're a student at UTC.
Yes.
You're studying applied leadership. That will be your major. So I'm sure that the work you're doing at Green Spaces is pretty relevant, because through the hands-on learning, these kids are learning leadership skills too, right?
Oh, absolutely. And one of the proponents we've recently added was there being like even a pit boss. So someone that's like controlling the team, that is like, hey, you need to be doing this, you need to be doing that. And we have hands-on demonstrations actually where teams will have to come in and work on a car, fix up a little bit so they can get presentation points. So our scoring isn't necessarily just come out and finish first. You also have to do a presentation to show some of that education that you've learned along the way, plus how you do in the race as well, but it's a combined thing. And yeah, we absolutely have leaders that we're pushing for inside of the groups. I'm going to these schools and helping them with practice and kind of giving my 2 cents to help them become the leaders themselves.
Well, I mean, it is a true team effort. I mean, I think, what is it, like 6 or so people on a team? Do you know? Does it vary school to school?
It varies heavily.
Well, but you've got these opinionated kids, all of whom are seeing their own spin on the problem at hand. So they've got to learn when to speak up, when to listen, how to diplomatically make their point. It's a lot involved, right?
Yeah, absolutely. And we really encourage people to drive as well, because that's one of the biggest things is they'll have fun helping the team and working on the car, but they'll be anxious, they don't want to make a mistake or something like that. We're really encouraging people, especially young women, to start driving. And so we've done things like girls only practice, and that'll help get them in the car and get them, through the door to feel a little bit more comfortable behind the wheel and go from there.
Let's talk about race days then, April 5th and 6th. It's depending on the age of the team, right? Who races which day?
Yes, April 5th will be for the elementary Goblin cars, and then April 6th will be for the F24 middle and high school teams.
So what does the course look like for them?
We try our best to make it racy. At first, it was just kind of like an oval, like your general NASCAR track, but we've really worked hard at making it more like an IndyCar F1 track, if you're familiar, to make it a little bit more swoopy, have some, long corners. You have to figure the track out a little bit. It's not just, hey, let's take another left turn. So We let them walk the track prior to racing. We make sure they have driving experience in the car before they get out there, and they should take it slow when they start out and learn the course and go from there. But it's swoopy, it's fun.
And the cars are completely electric?
Yes.
Okay, they're not solar, they're electric, correct?
Yes.
Is that one and the same?
Well, you can charge the batteries with solar power.
Oh, see, I learned something. If schools are watching and they would like their school to have a team, how do they reach out to you? Can they do that?
Yes, absolutely. You can appoint an advisor to run a STEM education club. It doesn't need to be anything specific. We then work with that club, providing them the car kit, parts, helmets, you name it. The students then take that and put together their car and get their teams ready for the race.
Does the winner win anything besides bragging rights?
It's mostly bragging rights.
Okay.
We kind of give some banners and trophies and stuff like that, but it's mostly bragging rights for
All right.
sure.
So here's what you can do. If you want to go out and cheer them on, maybe you've got a young person at home who might be interested in doing this at their school or what have you, April 5th and 6th over at VW Chattanooga. You can always learn more at greenspaceschattanooga.org.
Yes.
Great to see you.
Thank you so much.
An important